Hello children, it is story time again. I am Lalita Balasubramanian, writer and author of children's books. Today on this auspicious occasion of Ashadi Ekadashi, I am going to tell you a story. This is the story of Narahari Sonar, a goldsmith or jeweler from Pandharpur. He made beautiful gold jewelry and ornaments for a living, and he was the best jeweler in town. Now Narahari Sonar was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. He was immersed in the worship of Lord Shiva at the Mallikarjun temple. But though he was a resident of the town of Pandharpur, such a holy town, but he refused to go to the sacred Panduranga Vittal temple. He would not even look at the shikhar of the temple, as he was a staunch Shaivite. One day, a businessman came to his house. Narahari, he called. I want your help, he said. Narahari welcomed the businessman into his house. He made him sit on a mat and then inquired, Sethji, tell me, how can I help you? The businessman smiled. He said, I am a wealthy man. I have lots of money. My wife and I had everything in the world, whatever we wanted. But for a long time, we had no children. Now, fortunately, we met a great saint. When we told him about our wish for a child, he advised us, go to Pandharpur. You go to Pandharpur, meet Lord Vithoba, perform a vrat for him, and you will get your child. Both me and my wife sincerely completed our vrat. And he stopped. Then what happened? Asked Narahari. Vithoba has blessed us with a son, Narahari. The businessman's voice was full of joy. That's really good, said Narahari. And that is the reason I am here, asking for your help, said the businessman. What can I do to help? You already have a child. Now what do you want? Asked Narahari. We had taken a vow to offer a beautiful bejeweled waistband for Vithoba if we were blessed with a child. Now I have to offer the waistband, no? And I want to make it with gold and gems. So I came to you because you are the best jeweler in town. Narahari was stunned. The businessman had come all the way to request him to make a waistband. But how could he make it for Vithoba? I am sorry, Sethji, he said. I believe and worship only Mahadev. I cannot do anything for Vithoba. God is one, Narahari, said the businessman, patiently trying to convince him. Mahavishnu and Mahadev are not different people. They are the same God. Sethji, it may be so for you, but forgive me, I cannot undertake this task. Even when I make ornaments for someone, I think of them as Lord Shiva and make it as an offering for him. So if Narahari was adamant, so was the businessman. So then think of Vittala as Mahadev and make the ornament, he said. I have even brought the gold and gems for making the ornament. I have brought it with me. Now you are the best sonar in town and I want my offering to be made by you only. Narahari was in a dilemma. He could not turn down the businessman after he had mentioned Mahadev. So he agreed. I will make the waistband, but on one condition, he said. I have never gone to any temple where the deities are other than Lord Shiva. Even though I live in Pandharpur, I have never visited Panduranga Vittal Mandir and I will not go there to take the measurement. You will have to take the measurement and give it to me. Sethji was he was joyful. He was ecstatic. He went to the Vithoba temple at once and came back with a measurement. Narahari Sonar prepared a beautiful waistband within the stipulated time. Sethji happily took it to the temple and went to offer to his beloved Panduranga. But to his astonishment, it was loose. He again took a fresh measurement of the waist and carried the band back to the goldsmith. Narhari, he called. Narhari came out. Seeing Sethji's crestfallen face, he said, "What's the matter, Sethji? I had already made the ornament and given you." "The band is loose, Narhari. Now what to do?" "Did you take a fresh measurement?" "Yes, I did." And he handed over the fresh measurement to Narhari. "Now kindly tighten it and give it to me, no?" Narhari immediately set to work. But when the businessman went to the temple with the tightened band, he found to his dismay that it was too tight. Now Sethji was really worried. What is happening, he wondered. He called out to Narhari again. Narhari was amazed to know that the waistband had become too tight now. He was confused. He knew that he had to take the measurement himself, but he was following an unwritten law that he would not pray to any other deity than his own Lord Shiva. Pondering over the situation, he hit upon a solution. "Sethji, you please blindfold me and take me to your Vittoba. I will take the measurement with your help." The businessman agreed. He blindfolded Narahari and led him to the Panduranga Vittal temple. The villagers were dumbfounded to see Narahari Sonar going to the Vittal temple. They were so curious to know why he was being led to the temple blindfolded. They followed. What happened next was just too amazing for words. When Narahari approached Vittoba to take the measurements, his hands felt the snake around his neck. His hands felt Shiva's matted hair. The hands felt the divine Trishul. "This is my Lord Mahadev," he exclaimed, and removed the cloth from his eyes. But he saw the deity was Vittoba. Saddened at the thought that he has broken his vow, he quickly blindfolded himself again. But he was stunned to feel Lord Shiva's touch. Again, when he started touching him, he opened his eyes and there was Vittoba smiling at him. He finally realized that Shiva and Vishnu are not different. They were one and the same. He fell at the Lord's feet. At that moment, he composed his first abang, the first verse, the famous verse, "Shiva ani Vishnu Ekachi Pratima." He did make the waistband after taking the right measurement, but Narhari Sonar had changed. He had changed completely in that one moment. He became a staunch devotee of Panduranga Vittal and composed so many abangs in praise of the Lord, which are still being sung by devotees even today. How did you like this story, my dear children? Do let me know.